everyone! I'm so excited to be here, and I'm so excited that you've all joined us for our little Zoom tutorial. It's kind of a basics 101 kind of feel, so I hope you're all ready for a ride. My name is Izzy Contagious. I am the founder and one of the performing members of the Kiki Queens. We're a nonprofit live singing drag troupe. We raise money for charity, and then we donate all of that money to all of our charity partners. It's so fun. We love it so much. And Center on Halstead is one of our amazing partners that we do a lot of different events with throughout the year. And they asked me to come be part of this. And I was so excited. So I said yes. So I brought along with me my good friend, Michelle Patak, and I'll let her introduce herself.
Hello. I'm so excited to be here. I am a Chicagoan, grew up in the Bucktown community. I have a degree in photography, but my professional career is recently in the nonprofit landscape. I have been really blessed to be able to do curriculum and training kinds of things. And I'm thrilled today to be able to support the Center on Halstead and help my good friend Izzy with, actually Izzy's on this side of me, with this Zoom 101 basics.
Yay! And then for everyone who doesn't know, this is put on by the Center on Halstead through their Cyber Center, which is so amazing. They provide essential computer access to LGBTQ plus the community, where users can look for jobs, they can look for housing, they fill out online census, take online classes, just to name a couple of the things that they can do at that center. It's so amazing. It's on the second floor, so just walk in that front area, go right up the steps, and you'll see it right on the right. For more info, you can email them at cybercenter@centeronhalstead.org or call 773-661-0730. So I think it's time to just jump right in. So, since you got here already, I can see that you made it to Zoom. Good job. So you might know that to join a meeting, this is just the very basic beginning. You want to join the meeting. All you have to do is click on a link to a meeting link, or you can join by going to join.zoom.us and enter a meeting ID. So what I'm going to do right now is share my screen, or share one of my screens, so I can show you kind of what it looks like if you go to zoom.us. That's kind of like your basic starting point if you want to kind of play around in some Zoom. So let me share my screen for you all. And let's do this one. Here we are. So everyone can probably see this. I just went to zoom.us. So if you go here and say you don't want to set up an account, you don't want to be bothered, you just want to join and talk to your friends or your mom or your kids, you can just go right here to join a meeting, and you click on that. And then right here, if you didn't click on that link, you'll always get a number. Like it's probably like an 8 to 12 digit number that you can enter right in here. And then you'd enter that in and then hit join. And you'll instantly be pushed right into the meeting, which is super easy and exciting. So I'm just gonna go right back to the home page. So that is how to join. You can also join by telephone. So in the meeting invite that you originally got, maybe they emailed it to you, or maybe it was on a flyer, it was written down. There's usually a list of phone numbers on there as well. They're regional. You can call one of those and kind of jump on a Zoom meeting, even though you aren't using a computer, or you can even join from a landline. I mean, you can join from any phone. You just won't be able to see videos like you're seeing right now, or share your screen or anything like that. But that is what you can do there. So let's say you've played on it once, and now you're like, oh, I think I want to set up my account. So I'm ready to, just like do my thing. The next part is I'm gonna let Michelle talk about. It's all about the apps. So let me stop sharing, and Michelle, take it away.
Sure. So in order to use Zoom, you can go to the browser, as Izzy just shared with us, or you can download an app. Depending on what device you're using, you would go to the Google Play Store or to the Apple Store. And I will show you what the Zoom app looks like. The Zoom app looks like this. Hold on. Okay. Can you see it?
Yes, I can see it. Oh.
So it's this little blue icon with like a movie projector, and it's called Zoom. And I'm pretty sure that this is what it looks like everywhere. This is what it looks like on my desktop. This is what it looks like on my iPhone. I'm pretty confident that that's what it looks like on Android as well.
I have an Android. It looks just like that.
Okay, there you go. And so you can, if you want to download the app so that it's just handy and ready to go, you can download the app onto any device that allows you to do that.
Awesome. So, I mean, so you're saying even for like desktops, like you can download an app for?
There's a desktop app for that. Absolutely.
Awesome.
Yep. Anything that will let you do that. Anything that's got a screen.
Amazing.
Mhm.
Great. So I'm like setting all that up. Like, can I download it onto like I've got this old iPod. I think it's like an iPod Nano. Can I use Zoom on that?
Does it have a screen?
It doesn't. I just like spin the wheel.
Yeah, you can't
Ah,
download it because there's no
okay.
visual view.
Okay, that's a kind of a bummer. I might have to figure out another use for that old electronic.
Doorstop.
A doorstop. All right, so let's take our next step because now we're ready. Let's take our next step and I'm just gonna walk everyone through, or we're all gonna walk through together. We're gonna walk through setting up an account. Do, do, do. Oh, first I want to answer this question. Somebody asked me what a landline was. It's something that's connected to cords. And maybe Michelle, you can speak to this.
Sure, anything old I can definitely speak to. So, a landline is the phone that people used to have in their home before everyone had cell phones. Some of us who are dinosaurs still have our landlines. That's usually corded, although some people now have cordless phones connected to their landline. Phone that's not a cell phone is how I would describe a landline.
Perfect. All right, so now I'm going to share my desktop and we're going to create an account together. And it's going to be super easy. It's very user friendly. It's super straightforward, and everyone can just kind of walk along with me. So here we go. This big orange button up at the top. It says sign up. It's free. Did you hear that? It's free. Yeah. So you don't have to pay. There are pay levels that give you more benefits or more things like how to do a webinar, but I'd say most users are totally fine with a free account. There's no need to pay for a monthly subscription. So the first thing you have to do is you got to make sure that you're over 18. So I'm going to put my birthday in. My real birthday, of course, is February 19th, 1991. So, you know, guys, I'm under 30, obviously. So then we're going to do that and then hit continue. And now it's going to ask me for an email address. So I'm going to go ahead and enter my work email. That's info@kikiqueens.org. Sign up. All right, now the next thing it tells you is like, we've sent an email to info@kikiqueens.org. Click the link in that email and then you'll get to join. So you'll go to your email. I'm not going to show you my email. It's a little messy in there. Go there, and it's just real easy. It's just a button. You just click a button that says activate account. So I'm going to go ahead and click that. So it's asking me next, if everyone can see this window in the center. All right, so it says, are you signing up on behalf of a school? I'm not. I'm just a drag queen. So no. Next, welcome to Zoom. And it says, hi, blah, blah, blah. Your account has been successfully created. Please list your name and create a password to continue. So I'm going to put my name down. My name is Izzy Contagious. And my password is going to be, oh man, it needs to have 8 characters, 1 letter, 1 number in uppercase and lowercase. Whew. Okay, so we're going to do Kiki Queens. Kiki-Queens with a 1. Nope, that wasn't a 1. With a 1. Great. 1 more. All right, I finished that. So I've almost ready. It says, don't Zoom alone. You can invite your friends. So this is a place where you can enter emails of other people you might want to join Zoom and create accounts if they don't already have them. I always skip these steps because you can always do them later. And now you have 2 options. You can either start a meeting right away, so you can start a meeting and invite your friends and come chat, or you can kind of set up your account a little more. So I'm just going to click go to my account because that's what I would like to show you all next. So I'm at my account, and obviously there's a lot of options over here on the left. Don't be overwhelmed. You don't really have to touch any of them if you don't want to. Right, Michelle?
That's correct.
Right? It's just like, if you want.
It's pretty user-friendly just as it is set up, so.
Yeah. All right. So things you can do here, which are things I always like to do, is you can change your name. It's fun to change your name every once in a while. You can change your picture. So you just click that. It's telling you you can choose to upload. So you're going to have a picture on your desktop or in a folder. So you choose your full picture and upload it. I don't know what my pictures look like right now, so we're just going to leave that there.
So the having the picture is actually fun because when you turn your camera off during the video meeting, it will put your picture up instead.
Oh, yeah. Do you have a picture on yours, Michelle?
I don't because it's my work account.
Little secret, Michelle and I also work together in our not this moment life.
At work.
At work. This is fun. So yeah, so okay, so some of the things with the basic account. So back to our account business. Some of the things are you can change your photo, you can have a special that's your personal meeting ID. It's not needed. You can choose, this is where you can upgrade. You can see right now I'm the basic user. I'm not basic, but this is the basic user account. So that's where you can upgrade. The capacity for your meeting is up to 100 people, which sounds crazy. I can't imagine inviting 100 people to have a chat with me, but that's what it is. It says your primary language, so you can change your language here if it's Spanish or Polish or anything. I don't actually know what all the options are, but I know Spanish is one of them. Then here you can set your time zone. If you're here in Chicago with us, it's kind of pre-polls your time zone, so it's already set at 5. And then this is a really fun area we'll get into. We have another webinar on the more advanced skills. This one is a way for you to connect your account to your calendar. So if you use like a Gmail calendar or a Yahoo calendar, maybe Outlook, any of those type of calendars, you can link it. So when you go to make a meeting, it like automatically creates like a fun little calendar event. But yeah, so I think that's it for creating the account. Let's see. Have I missed anything, Michelle?
I don't think so.
Oh, the limit on the account. So there is.
Correct.
Yes,
sorry.
I did miss something. So there is a limit. One of the bad things, or I don't know, bad things. It's a thing about the accounts is that when you're on the free account, your meetings have time limits. So on a free account, your meeting can only last 40 minutes, and then it cuts you off. But
here's some good news. There's a workaround. So if you don't want to, woo! A free workaround is my favorite thing. If you have a basic account and you don't want to pay a monthly fee to upgrade it, you can just start a second meeting when the first meeting ends. So, for example, my mother and her siblings all wanted to stay connected, and they decided that I was going to be in charge of that. They didn't ask me. They just decided that I was going to be in charge of it.
I mean, surprise, surprise.
Yeah, I was the cruise director for this group. And so we did not purchase an upgraded plan. We used the free one. And my mom and her siblings cannot be stopped. So if they want to have a 5-hour-long Zoom call, we would have a 5-hour-long Zoom call in 40-minute increments. The meeting would end abruptly, and then I would just start a new meeting. It's just as simple as that. It's a little orange button.
Amazing. That is really easy. Great. So I think we kind of covered, one thing I forgot to mention when we first started, down at the little bottom of your screen, whatever you're viewing on, there's going to be a bunch of little icons. There's one icon in particular that I want you to use if you can, or if you need to, or you want to. It's the Q&A. It's like two little
Word bubbles.
speech bubbles, right? Of some sort. It says Q and A. So if you click on that, you can ask us questions and it'll kind of pop up. And then we'll answer them as we get to them, like that fun telephone line question that Michelle educated us all on, of course. All right. Let's see. I think Michelle's next. We're going to talk. First I'm going to share something, and then I'll kind of let Michelle. I got a good screenshot of what it looks like to what your all panel looks like, because our panels look a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and share that screenshot, Michelle, so then you can. Okay. You can kind of speak to those things a little bit, and then you can take over whenever you want. I mean, I don't know if it's the best. I mean, it's a pretty good picture, but thank you. But I just want to share it because then you can see what all the buttons. I know this is what all of you. If you don't have a paid account, this is what all the buttons look like on the bottom of the screen, down here at the bottom in the little gray bar. So. Take it away, Michelle.
Okay, so the first thing that you will encounter, the first click box that you will encounter is actually before you even get to this screen. I'm going to share over the top of you, and we'll come
Yeah,
back to you.
go for it.
Okay. Okay. So the first thing that you see, not nearly as lovely as Izzy, is this video preview box came up on my phone, and something similar comes up when you click through on your desktop. It doesn't always have your, it won't have your photo on it. It's a box that asks you if you want to join with video and join without video. You have the option right up front to decide whether you want people to see you or not, and then you can click into that. And after you click into that, you will be brought into Zoom, and you will have a second box where it asks you if you want to join with computer audio. I generally use my computer's audio. Obviously, we don't know what kind of devices you are working from. Some people prefer to call in to get the audio through their phone, which we will talk about shortly. But this gives you that option.
Wait, but what if I clicked no, but I still want to use my computer audio?
I'm glad you asked.
Oh, good.
I have the answer.
Yay!
If you accidentally click cancel, and I actually do this pretty frequently because I'm accustomed to completely ignoring what boxes are asking me, and I will just X out of it entirely. So when that happens, yeah, no, I don't want that. But I did. You see at the bottom of your screen right now, or I'm sorry, you were seeing at the bottom of the screen when Izzy was sharing it, this toolbar that's got this microphone piece here and this video piece here. That's generally what it looks like when you have accepted it correctly. But when you fail to accept it correctly, you will get, here it is, you will get this headphone set in place of the microphone. And correcting it to get your audio, because what will happen is people will see you, but they will hear this while you're talking. You have no sound. And everyone on the call will be telling you that they can't hear you. And if you just click these little headphones, your microphone will come back and you will be heard by the people on your call.
Yay!
Simple fix. You don't have to go out and come back in. It's just about clicking that little box. So the little headphone set. Also, it's not, even though this is a video call platform, you're not required to have a webcam in order to participate. If you don't have a camera on your device, for whether it's just an older laptop or maybe, like I'm a klutz, I drop my phone all the time and your camera's just disabled for whatever reason, you can still participate. You just won't be able to transmit video of yourself. So you'll be able to use all the other functions. You'll be able to hear people and answer and use the tools. You just won't be able to transmit video. So it's not exclusive, that it's not required that you have a camera to do those things. As I mentioned, looking at this toolbar, I'm going to show you a close-up of the microphone and the video. So
just a little add-on there. If you're on a phone, you don't necessarily have a toolbar. You have like a little button that you push for more, right, Michelle?
Right. To see some of these things you'll see if you're on a phone on the bottom, but there's not space for all of these on a phone. So you'll have a ... with more, and some of these functions are under that ...
Yeah. Cool.
I want to speak specifically about these two icons that you'll see on the far left, whether you're on a phone or whether you're on the webinar today, on a desktop, I mean. Let's say you started your meeting, you clicked join with video, and then you clicked join with audio, and everything is hunky-dory, and you see these two little icons, the microphone and the video, and there's no red slashes through them. That means everyone can see you, is what that means, and everyone should be able to hear you. Yeah. So I hope you've put your lipstick on. For some reason, like at my house, my dogs just start barking whenever they feel like it. They don't have any consideration for the fact that I'm on a webinar tonight.
It's so rude.
It is. It is. And I need to turn that off so that people on the call aren't hearing it. I can just click the little microphone icon and I will get this red slash through the microphone, which tells me that people can no longer hear what's happening on my end. So doorbell rings, dog barking, kids or roommates in the background yelling for whatever reason, you can turn all of that off.
Or if you want to yell for a minute, go ahead
Right.
and hit
If you
mute.
need to scream, fine, scream. Now, let's say the doorbell rings and you decide you want to get up and answer it, but you don't want everyone on the call to see who's on the other side of the door. You can also turn off your video by clicking the video icon and you will get this red slash. So if you are ever looking down at your toolbar and see these red slashes, it means that either your video or your sound are not on. And it's easy to correct. You just click it again and it turns right back on. So good information to know.
So speaking of leaving your audio and video on, I have just a little clip I want to share with everyone. And so this little gem found its way. So I want everyone to focus on this woman right here in the second row all the way to the left. And she was in the meeting, and then she didn't turn off her video or her audio. And then she set her phone down and went to the bathroom. And all of her coworkers saw. So we would recommend
that you don't do that.
Be very careful, because then things like that will live forever online. That poor, poor woman. But that's the worst case scenario, basically. Let's see what's next. Oh, something I like to do when I jump on. Sometimes I want to change my name. Okay, so changing your name, you would go to, if you look at your picture, there's like a little, you could do it in two ways, but one way I always do it, when you hover over your picture with your mouse, I'm saying you're on a desktop. You hover over your little picture, there's like 3 little dots. You can even check it out right now. 3 little dots up in the right-hand corner, and I click those, and it gives me a little list of stuff to do. And
like laundry?
Yes. Yeah, my mom puts stuff in there for me every once in a while. I don't know what it is. So you just scroll down that little list of your options, and there's one little option that says rename, and then you can just rename yourself. So I'm Izzy Contagious, but I could also, or like, what if I spelled my name wrong and I wrote like lie contagious? I don't know. Then I can just enter it. So this is the fun thing. If you create an account, you add your name to the account, and then it'll always be your name when you first join a call, which is something I really like. So that's why it's one of the reasons I like having an account, so I don't have to rename myself. But sometimes it's fun if you're playing, like, I've done Zoom with like friends for like game night and different things like that, and it's fun to kind of like rename yourself, or you're like on different teams and you can give yourselves team names. It's just kind of a fun way to play, and not be so serious all the time. So let's see what's next. The share screen. I'm going to share my other screen, which has the little bar at the bottom again, which is the beautiful picture of me, of course. Here it is. Okay, so down here at the bottom, you can see the mute icon, the microphone. You can see the stop video icon that Michelle was talking about, and then a couple over, you can see the share my screen. It's like bright green. So you would click on the share your screen button, and it'll give you options of what screen you want to share. So you can share like just a specific window. So like just like if you have a Word document open and you want to share that, or right now I took a screenshot, so I'm sharing a screenshot, or you can choose to share your entire screen. You just want to be cautious of that, knowing what else is sitting on your desktop or what other windows are open, the tabs. Just be mindful of who you're on the call with and what you might want them to not see or see. So just keep that in mind, little words of wise, just like that little bathroom incident. So I just want to talk about some of these little icons that are down at the bottom. The next one over, that's next to, I think I jumped ahead a little bit. I'm sorry, Michelle. I totally walked over you.
Oh, that's okay. I figured we'd circle back.
Okay, so let's reel it on back there. So after you change your name, one of the things I think is a big thing for a lot of people is that you want to change your view. You basically have two, maybe a couple, if you're on a phone, you have more options, but you have 2 views, and Michelle's going to tell you all about them.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you all about them. If you're on your desktop, in the top right-hand corner, you have a little box that either says speaker view or gallery view. Speaker view gives you a view of who is speaking. That means that anyone who is pretty much anyone's making sound, because if I'm not speaking and my dogs are barking, my little box will get highlighted in yellow, and I will rise to the top and show on the speaker view. When you're on a call with your friends, you're in what's called a Zoom meeting, and you hit gallery view, it will show you everyone that's on the call up to, I believe you can get 16 people on one screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It might be
I think I had like 20 on, I don't know.
Okay, it might be more.
Believe Michelle. I mean, Zoom has also been changing and upgrading. They've been like churning out new features. So they pretty much, those extra features change constantly.
Right. But even if let's say it's 20, because that's probably more accurate. When you hit 21, that 21st person doesn't fall off the edge of the universe. There's an arrow that lets you scroll to a new screen where you can see the next set of 20. So if you are popular, not like me, and have 100 people on your call, you would have 5 screens of people that you.
That's a lot of people.
It is a lot of people, and keeping that conversation going is no small task. Now, if you are on your phone, it's a little bit different, but you would just swipe. So is when you put your finger on the screen and you just push it right or left.
Oh, okay.
And on an iPhone, you get little teeny polka dots on the bottom of your screen that tell you how many screens you have. So if you're on your regular iPhone screen, you even get those dots that tell you how many screens of little icons you have. On the Zoom call, you get that many dots. You can just keep swiping until you are on the last dot on either side, and it will go back. You won't have the option of speaker view and gallery view the same way you have them on the desktop. But if you're on the first panel, it will automatically show you whoever is speaking. And after that, you can just swipe through to see participants. So gallery view is only 4 participants on your phone. You get 4 on at a time because it's a teeny tiny little screen. And if you made them any smaller than that, you wouldn't even know who was on there. Even with my glasses, I think I'm seeing those 4 people on my phone.
So kind of like right by that button, like where you can change your view from speaker view to gallery view. Oh no, it's not there, is it? I'm sorry. So remember how we talked about those 3 little dots that are at the top of your picture? So if you're in gallery view, say you've switched over, now you can see everyone's little squares, and then you hover over your picture, you click those 3 little drop down, the little 3 little more dots, and if you roll down there, there's an option called hide self view. Myself, I love looking at myself, so I never hide my self view. But Michelle is so distracted by her beauty that she usually has to turn off her self view. So it's totally up to you. Some people that are just you're not comfortable. Like, I get it. You don't always want to like look at yourself while you're talking. It feels weird and strange sometimes. So that's a really great option to make you feel more comfortable while you're on a call with someone. Because I do find myself looking at myself a lot when my picture is on there. I do look at myself a lot. So it's bit easier / better if you just hide yourself, right, Michelle?
Yes, because it's a opposite view. So like when I look at myself, then I want to adjust things.
You want to touch your hair and you're like, oh, it's on this side.
My bangs, I pushed them the wrong way. It's just a disaster. It's easier if I'm not looking at me.
I do futz with my hair a lot when I'm on here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Great. Okay, so that is hiding self-view. Next, Michelle's going to talk about our participant button, which was, if you remember, it goes mute, stop video, there's a security one, and then participants is next.
Okay.
I think she's got a screen to share for us.
Okay. This is the participant screen. If you're on your desktop, it is on that bottom bar that we saw before. There it is. I'll make it a little bigger because I can't even read it. Participants is right here. Okay. On the phone, it's also on your bottom bar. So when you click that, it gives you this panel that will appear on your desktop. It'll appear on the right side of the screen, and it lists everyone that's there. It gives us these buttons that appear as you roll over the different participants. So in this case, the more button would give us the ability. You can also use the more button in the panelists tab to change your name. That's the second way that you can do that. And depending on what kind of an account you have or how you have the meeting set up, you can do a lot more functions here. If you are the host, you can mute participants. So to my family that likes to get together via Zoom, that are continual, ongoing problems, my aunt and uncle would sit next to each other and start to have a conversation with each other while the rest of us were trying to talk to each other. So I would frequently, as the host, go in and mute people who were becoming distracting to the larger group. So you have the ability to do that from this screen. You can turn off people's microphones and also their cameras. So if you were watching the young lady go to the bathroom, the host would have had the ability to turn that off. Let's just pretend they didn't see it, because I can't imagine why they didn't. But
probably. I'm sure that's why.
That's what happened. But obviously the other perk of the participants tab is that you can see who's attending. So if you are on a call that you are not the host of and you want to see if your best friend Sally showed up, you can go to the participants tab. And what I would use it for is to look and see if my sister was on board, so that I could text her snarky comments on the side during the meeting. What I would use it for. That's who I am. And then, like I said, you can mute and unmute, and you can also use the more button to chat people who are on the call. So the chat function, Izzy's going to talk about, so I won't steal your thunder on that, but it's cool. You can chat directly to everyone or to individuals. So
yes.
Take it away.
Yes. So the chat feature is super fun. You can it's that little bubble. It says chat on the desktop. It's in the bar. On the phone, it's where, Michelle, in the phone, the chat?
It's in the ... more.
Perfect. Okay. So if you want to, so it's great. You can go in there and you can actually chat with anyone who's on the call with you. You have two options. You have to be real careful when you make your choices of who to chat with. You can chat with everyone on the call, or you can chat with just a specific person privately. So if you're going to say a snarky comment like Michelle to her sister, you want to make sure you don't send that to your other sister who you're talking about.
True.
Right? So that's just word to the wise again, back to the bathroom girl.
Further, just an FYI, the meeting chat gets saved to the host's computer. So I have not done conclusive research as to whether or not the private messages also get saved. I'm assuming they do not, but safety first. Don't type anything you wouldn't want the host to read.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I like to just text people on my phone separately than the device that I'm on. I feel like that's very safe that way.
Yes.
The next thing you could do, we just talked about, it's a good segue. I just talked about recording. You can, if the host gives you permission, or if you've set up the meeting, you are allowed to record the meeting. So this is all being recorded right now. And then you can save it to, they have two options. You can save it to the cloud. So every free account has like I would say limited amount of cloud storage, or you can choose to save it to your desktop. I would probably recommend saving it to your desktop, because then you can do whatever you want with it. You can email it out, you could upload it to YouTube and start your own Zoom family time YouTube channel. Whatever you want, but you can record it. As the host, you can also make it so your participants cannot record. So you can choose to not let people record if you want to. And then next is a fun little one. Do you have a screenshot of this one at all? The reactions?
I think I do.
Okay, so there's the last little, not the last one, but they're almost the last one, is the reactions little button. It's a little smiley face with a little plus sign. It says reactions. And if you click on that, you've got like usually a thumbs up and like a wave, and maybe a sad face. It's basically a way to get people's attention, right?
Yeah, it's just the wave or the
thumbs up.
Like raise the hand or yes.
Yeah. Okay, so it's like a raise a hand or a thumbs up. So everyone will hear, kind of like, on the old talk shows when people would like call in, we're like, I have a question about blah, blah, blah.
Call in from their landline, by the way.
I love it. Let's see. Okay, so then the very last button on that screen, the main screen, is end. It's a red button. You can't miss it. I believe it's at the top for a phone, or at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's at the top? Okay. So it just says end.
I'm sorry. It's not. It's on.
Uh-oh. Michelle's lying to you guys again. I'm sorry I invited her.
I'm a problem. Oh, you're right. It's on the top right. I apologize. Woo! Right. You win the prize.
So I won the 0 prizes. Yay! So, okay, yeah. So on the desktop, you've got the end buttons down the bottom and it's red. And then on your phone or other devices, it may be up at the top, but it's red. So you'll probably find it. And you click end. And then it usually asks you, like, are you sure you want to leave the meeting? And then you're like, yeah, obviously. I clicked end.
It does say leave.
Oh, it says leave. Do you want to leave the meeting?
Leave.
And then if you're the host, say you've set up the meeting for your friends and you want to go and you click end, it gives you another option for you to leave or for you to leave and let somebody else be the host, or for you to end the meeting for everyone. So you can just like shut it down if you feel like it. It's not very nice, but you can.
It's getting out of hand, you have to shut it down.
Yeah. Or you want to do that second 40-minute round. You just end it and then start a new one. That's another way to do that. Let's see. I think we covered, actually, that's everything. That's everything we had for today.
Here's a question. I've done Zoom and I don't look as good as you two. You're very charitable.
Thanks.
I always look dark. How do you look so good? Okay, so
oh yes.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna let you answer how you look so good, and then I'm gonna tell you what my cheat is.
Okay, so I use a trowel. So it's like a thing that you spackle and like it's like spackle or like put in between bricks in a house, and that's how I apply my makeup. And that's why I look oh, my lighting. Oh, okay, so I actually have a light. So my camera is right here, and then right behind my camera is a light source because I want to make sure I'm lit from the front as much as possible. Because when you're lit from the top, when you just have your overhead lights on, you look unwell sometimes, or really dark, or especially if the light's behind you, you look really, really dark because it's just focusing on the light. I'll turn off my ring light for just a moment so you can see the difference. So this is what it looks like if I don't have my light on. It's not terrible, but I'm pretty dark. It's definitely not the same as having a light on. So I definitely recommend finding some way, or like facing the window. You know, like that's one thing I worked with my in-laws. I was like, just turn the computer the other way so the bright window isn't right behind your head. Right. So you want the bright window in your face. But go ahead, Michelle.
This is my cheat. I don't have a fabulous ring light. I have to use natural lighting. I prefer to use window light, which is what you're seeing here. And when I position myself, when I want to look good, you try to use natural lighting as long as it's daylight. So right now what you're seeing is I have a window in this direction to my right, and the light is not directly shining on me this way. It's kind of diagonally coming at me. So I have a nice even lighting. I have got to get some fabulous makeup tips from Izzy because I did not do my makeup today, but this is how you get lighting. And the really nice thing about Zoom is that you can test your video before you go on to the call. So you can turn it on and look and see how you look. I sometimes will do that 30 minutes or an hour before I'm going to go live on something. Yep. And then I go make whatever adjustments, or in my case, make 0 adjustments and just embrace what I look like. And it's great. You can check, make sure you've got no broccoli in your teeth, all of those things. But I prefer natural lighting. Natural lighting is a really cheap cheat because it exists.
Right.
So you just have to position. And I from time to time will pick up my laptop and just kind of move around the space and decide where the lighting is best for me. And if you are conscious, as I am, of not getting a double chin or not looking, you can put your laptop or your phone up on a box. It's a great way, because if you put your camera up higher, you're forced to look up, which lengthens all of this business. So that's another good cheat.
All right, so next question. I've attended meetings for the last 3 days. What else do I need to know? You both are gorgeous. Oh, thank you. I feel like, honestly, like this is the basics. I feel like with all the information we talked about today, you can be a proficient user, and you can be the one schooling other people on how to do it. Like how impressive is it going to be when you go in and you're telling your like young millennial friend how to do something on Zoom. Michelle, do you think we missed anything? Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's a good overview for a first session. We were very mindful to not be too overwhelming. I hope that this isn't too much information all at one time. But it does get more advanced. There are like pretty cool features and things that you can utilize.
All right, so I think we're good. So thank you so much for joining us. I'm with the Kiki Queens. I'm Izzy Contagious. This is Michelle Patek, and we're here with the Cyber Center from Center and Halstead. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.